Hi y'all, welcome back to the Student Communications Podcast 4x4, the Columbia podcast for students by students. If you've seen the hats or in the loop in your inboxes or around campus, you'll know that Stucom provides students with information on what's going on around campus, what to be on the lookout for in the city, and videos that showcase artists around Chicago. There's only a week left of the school year and we're here to guide you through it. In the meantime, check out Columbia College Chicago's app to stay connected. There's a message board where you can swap messages with other students and be a part of an online community. You can also see the latest events going on, easily access the online directory, and have your own personal organizer to keep track of your schedule and due dates. To download it, just go to the App Store and search for Columbia College Chicago. And now, drumroll please. It's time for the fun part. Questions. Each week we have a different set of questions for Columbia students to answer. So here's what we asked this week. Our first question is, if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why? For me, it'd be total invisibility because as a photographer, that would take my candid shots to another level. I could take the most intimate street portraits. Now let's look at everyone else's answers. There's such good stuff in there. Yurishia says, flying. I would be so deliriously happy if I could fly because I would be so detached from worldly attachment. Literal physical detachment will trigger emotional detachment, I think. There's definitely something in there. Micah McCoy says, my superpower would be to instantly read entire books without even opening them. He followed up by asking, too nerdy? I say yes, but in a wonderful way. David Guerrero wants to have the power to turn tears to knowledge and depression into pleasure. Juana Lester dreams of having ice breath because they are always uncontrollably hot. Iridia Felix de Leon says, make billions of vaccines for any disease. Hell, even just one time. That's probably the most useful superpower one could think of right now. Kayla Perrone answers, shapeshifting so I could look however I want on any particular day. I could fit into all the clothes I like and I could sneak in anywhere. The possibilities are endless. Mickey Fergus wants to be able to do everything that Doctor Strange can do. Then he'd start a taxi service and make thousands by charging people $10 to go anywhere instantly. Sidley Vega has one simple wish. They want to airbend. And I gotta say I agree with the addition of water and earth bending as well. I wouldn't trust myself with firebending though, too much power. Alright, moving on. The next question we asked is, what is the best compliment you have ever received? Austin Nino had one of the best answers, which is, you are an essential employee. Thank you, Austin. We appreciate you. David Guerrero followed up with, your smile makes me smile. And the Weaver says, I don't know anyone who works as hard as you. Crisia Diobro was told that she has such a beautiful skin tone. For Sid Beragni, the best compliment was, you inspire me. I look up to you. Micah McCoy says, probably that I'm a good listener. I like to be there for my friends. And last but not least, Yuri Shia leaves us with a heartwarming one. She says, the best compliment I've ever received is the way I've been stared at by loved ones. The way they look at me makes me feel completely understood, accepted, and loved. They see me beyond me. They see my Buddha's nature and they feel completely compassionate towards me. I feel like my humanity has been valued and makes me feel like a beautiful person. That is beautiful, Yuri. The best compliment I've ever received came last week from my grandmother when I made her a birthday video and she said that was the best gift she's ever received. It was truly such a wholesome moment. And the final question we ask students is, what is your tip for making the world a better place? We got a lot of great answers from students. Jake Riley says, be kind to others. The world is a dark enough place as it is. Shine some light when you can. Peggy Hunt suggests us to learn that people's experiences are different from our own and learn to make a common ground with people to create a safe community. NJ Jacobs' message is simple yet powerful. They say, be the change you want to see. David Guerrero writes, at the end of the day, ask yourself, did I do harm? And if the answer is no, you must have had an okay day. Do no harm. Micah McCoy suggests just to actually try to be nice. He says, I don't think most people even put any effort into it. Louise Bean says, focus on your community first. What do your neighbors need? How can you help each other? Unified communities can weather anything. Mariana Cointi says, giving everyone a fair chance instead of being racist. Period. Say it again for the people in the back, Mariana. And finally, Yudishia leaves us with another good one. She says the best tip to make the world a better place is understanding that there's consequences of our actions, words, and thoughts, and that death may come to us at any second. It might sound a little bit dark at the end there, but there is lots of good in these words. Thank you everyone for your wonderful answers. I love you and I truly love this part of the podcast more and more each week. And now, let's talk movies. There have been some great new additions to Netflix lately, and here are our 3 movie recommendations for the best quarantine Netflix and chill session. The Florida Project is now on Netflix. Woo! I remember seeing it when it first came out and being so mesmerized by the cinematography and acting in this movie. Highly recommended. Go check out No Direction Home, which is a grand documentary about American legend Bob Dylan, directed by Martin Scorsese. And our last recommendation is extremely relatable these days and is an all-time classic called Groundhog Day. If you somehow managed to not see it, this is the right time to do it. Moving on to our next section, Fun Facts. This week I'll share a couple fun law facts, just in case you needed to hear them. Here we go. In Kentucky, it is against the law to remarry the same man 4 times. In Quitman, Georgia, chickens may not cross the road. Pickles were outlawed in Los Angeles because the smell might offend people. It is illegal in Waco, Texas to throw a banana peel onto the street because a horse could slip. In California, a frog that dies during a frog jumping contest cannot be eaten and must be destroyed as soon as possible. I hope these helped someone out there. Only a week left of classes. You got this. In the meantime, we're here to provide you with the best distractions and questions from your fellow students, tips, and more. We want to give a big thanks to those who participated in both asking and answering our questions. Until next time on 4x4.